Hi, LifePoint. I wanted to briefly say something to you today. Since we've needed to get our sermons recorded early so that we can do all the proper editing and everything else before Sunday, it's affected our ability to address a certain issue that has rocked particularly the U.S., but really the rest of the world over this past week. On May 25th, an unarmed black man named George Floyd was killed in the United States after a police officer pressed his knee on his neck for about 9 minutes. This horrifying act of violence has led to unrest and protest all across the United States and even other parts of the world. There was even a small protest on Monday in Brussels. Although the injustice of an unarmed black man being killed by a police officer, as well as some of the horrifying images of violence and looting that have happened across many U.S. cities, might seem like a U.S. issue since all this happened in the United States, this is still affecting people from all over the world. At LifePoint, we are about the sanctity of life, all life. That means that we speak out against things like abortion, which is the unjust murder of innocent children in the womb. But that's not where it ends. We speak up for the value of all human life, from all ethnicities, and we call for justice wherever human life is needlessly destroyed. We feel the brokenness of our world in such a real way right now. And we can rightly think that all of this can be traced back to Adam and Eve disobeying God in the Garden of Eden. The reason there is racism, injustice, hatred, violence, theft, and destruction in the world is because of sin. Adam and Eve felt this when their son Cain murdered his brother Abel, the first murder in human history. And we feel it again in this moment, as a world already rocked by coronavirus is now once again painfully coming face to face with racial injustice and hatred. Now, don't get me wrong. It is important that there are systemic issues that must be addressed and must be corrected. But no Congress or Parliament can cure the human heart. What this world needs now is the gospel. Sin divides, but the gospel unites. At our church, we're a body of people from dozens of nations, ethnicities, political views, and backgrounds. But we are united under the banner of Christ. We love each other because Christ loves us. And the only hope a broken world has is faith in its Creator and God. So let a holy anger burn in your heart when you see racism and injustice. But let that anger fuel your desire for evangelism. Let this be what compels you to live sent and preach the gospel to all people. Ask God to help you love your enemies. Ask Him to cause a flood of gospel preaching to come in the aftermath of this tragedy. Call for justice that accords with God's righteousness, and love your neighbor as yourself. Amos chapter 5, verses 23 through 24 says this: "Take away from me the noise of your songs. To the melody of your harps I will not listen. But let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream." Amen. May justice roll down like waters, and may the gospel heal the hurts and hatred that plagues our world. Friends, I love you. I'm praying for you. Let us continue praying for healing in this divided time. I'll see you on Sunday.